E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand final of the EU Qualifier. I'm very excited. There are plenty of teams that could have got to this point. There are so many people that I was thinking, okay, maybe Mouse Sports. We've got ourselves Envy, our Dignitas. So many teams I was looking at and going, you know what? These could be the one to take us to the grand final. Space Soldiers was one I expected, and HAVU was a pleasant surprise because this team has just been wonderful. I can't say anything else about them. They've been absolutely wonderful to watch. I'm so excited for this final, like genuinely excited. Like I say it quite a lot, like, yeah, I'm really excited to go into this game. This game is one I've actually been waiting to cast for the last few days. I've had some great matches, got to cast NIP, like basically destroying anybody who came up against them. We saw that with Big yesterday, but this is the one that I've genuinely wanted to see, and I'm just looking at that battle. Zontares versus Sergey. I think Joe said it not too long ago. You've still got Calyx in there as well, and you know this is just going to be a beautiful match. I'm hoping we go to all three. That's what I'm really hoping for. We get to see both teams' maps, of course. The first two, which will be not only overpass, as you can see. A few of you are saying nuke. I don't know where you got nuke from. I'm pretty sure nuke was the first ban, but yeah, we're going to have, of course, overpass, then cache, and then a final map of train if, and I'm hoping we do get that far. And yeah, I'm looking for what you guys are really saying at the moment. I know that we're going to have a lot of fans in the chat because all the way through this qualifier, I think the Turkish guys have all been brilliant, the Space Soldiers fans. Some of you do spam a little bit too much, I have to admit, and I don't understand a lot of it. And then you've got the trees of HAVU as well, which always seem to just go through the chat, and I'm looking forward to just seeing which team is going to win and also which set of fans is going to be the biggest supporters. So, I don't know, can we get like a 1v1 spam session? I shouldn't be asking for this. I apologize to Insomnia, who's going to have to mod for the next minute or so. But I just want to see who's going to win this spam battle. Just putting Space Soldiers or HAVU in the chat. And the winner gets absolutely nothing other than the fact that you are clearly the better fans. And or HAVU off to a good start. Look all those trees. Look all those trees. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because I am genuinely looking forward to this matchup. We've got a decent map pool as well. I've been very impressed individually with what both these teams can do. And I do think that in terms of an advantage, Space Soldiers do have it. But then again, that puts the pressure on them. They're the ones expected now to get through to the tournament, and $150,000 on offer. They're a team that should be getting to lands at this point. Obviously, HAVU, they did qualify for the EMEA LAN, which is coming up. Well, actually, I've got to get on a plane tomorrow going there, but is the mic crackling a bit? I can reset that. So if there is some sort of crackle, let me know. I might just reset it quickly anyway, just in case. It takes a few seconds. How am I alone, lads? I'm good. I'm very good. Is there a crackle? Is there a crackle on the microphone? I've got a little bit of ASMR, you know, to just get a little bit close. Some crackle. Okay, I'll just quickly reset it while nothing's going on. So, you are going to lose sound for a second. Bear with me. So, is it good now? This is obviously the professional way to fix things. I learned this from the IT crowd, and that is by turning it off and then back on again. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Tom B? There you go. I was told that we'd be going live in a matter of seconds. Whoever told me that is a liar. I will find him. Caster is not okay. Caster is bad. Wow, dude, come on. Hey, it's Toast. I remember that name. Never gonna forget that name. It's good now. Sounds good. Awesome. Don't forget, guys, of course, check out all the sponsorship stuff in the chat. This is the final, for anybody wondering. This is the grand final. One of these teams is going to China, which I think is just awesome. Like, HAVU or Space Soldiers will be in China at the beginning of next month. I want that nasal British caster. So if I talk a bit more like this, it will be better for you. Caster is friendly. I try my best. It's only when I play Counter-Strike that I get a little bit more angry. See, it looks like one of them are at least ready. Just saw one. I didn't see this before. One is stuck in the toilet calling the police. Oh. I hope it's not true, otherwise I am just laughing at someone's misfortune. Someone's in the toilet, Caster. Who do you think will win? I think the favorite has to be Space Soldiers. I just based off how long they've sort of been a team together and how they have been a team definitely on the brink of making it to that sort of tier 1 spot. Like, they definitely seem to have the talent. So, I will favor them, but I'm actually thinking this could be a pretty close matchup, because HAVU have been very impressive, at least from what I've seen. They've done very, very well over the last month or so. I think the addition of Ottend is a nice add-in, and obviously you got the youngster of Sergey, who's just been a monster. And if he can play like that versus Space Soldiers... The thing is, for me, as a sort of mutual, there is no real loser here for me. Like, whichever team makes it to the LAN finals, I am happy to have them in the LAN finals. Caster, isn't Twitter dead? No. I don't think so. I think the addition of Ottend was good, because he definitely adds in the firepower sector of this team, and to steal him away from my game was a great choice for them, because he was pretty much hard carrying. What does the first place team get? The first place team in the whole LAN gets $75,000, but the winner of this goes to the LAN. Like, they go to China. We've already got Flash Gaming, Tailu, the two Chinese teams. We've got Gambit and Team Spirit, and then there's still a couple more invite teams to go, so... yeah, it'd be a good chance, and actually either of these teams, because there aren't a lot of the top dogs at the LAN, you genuinely could have one of these teams actually winning it. Who is the nasal? I don't know who the nasal British caster is. I mean, Hugo. Is he nasal? I don't even know what that means. Really. Well, I know what it means, but I don't know who you're implying. Either way, knife round is going to go the way of HAVU. Likely they're going to opt to start things off on that CT side. And Space Soldiers, yeah, going to be on the T side. Stream quality so bad. It's only like 720p. Yesterday's caster. There was no, like, stuff here yesterday. Can you send a lovely kiss, please? Either way, here we go. We're going to be going into our first map of this best of 3 series. As said, one of these teams is going to be going to Shanghai at the beginning of next month. Oh, he casted this match yesterday. Well, that was WCA, so that's a completely different organization. But yeah, different people. Would you rather it was him than me? Twitter link, !caster. There you go. That should do it for you. If it doesn't, then I'll cry. Anyway, we're into our pistol round. I got to stop waffling. I've been doing that for the last few minutes, and it is going to be round numero uno. Alexi has himself the kit and the double flashbang, and we've got Major with a couple of flashes and a smoke of his own. They're going to go into the connector, and that train is very loud. Thank you, Helkili. I love you too. You didn't actually say you love me, but I'm just saying it. We're going to have push coming through. Looking like they're about to try and split towards the B side, which currently has multiple players. This is quite a standard pistol round. You have one player spotting. Ottend is watching for any rotations to make sure that if they do go towards A, he can run away, and then they can rotate back up towards that A site. But for now, it looks like the CT side have gambled perfectly. Pete going to be coming out from Coron. Won't spot anything as of yet. He's now going to be peeking back out. The flashbang going to leave him blind, but already Engine is going to get the opener, and so will Calyx. Alexi's still on the site, and there's still one more player. They've killed 3, but the stack seems to have been dismantled. Sergey, the young star, can he do anything in this situation? The flank of Ottend will already go down. It's all left onto one, and he can't connect the shot. Space Soldiers, they get themselves the pistol in dominant fashion. Engine and Calyx doing the work, and it is now going to be a 4-spy coming out from HAVU. We'll see how much they actually invest. I know that iGame, at least, the other Finnish team, do actually save themselves quite a bit of money going into the second round and make sure they get all the utility into the next. However, what's quite interesting here is HAVU have actually gone heavily into utility. You've got Zarte, Sergey, and Alexi all with a smoke, and you do actually have a couple of players saving a bit of money. Now, of course, Ottend, 1250, that is for an AWP. We know he's going to be on that AWP, and he's the man you want to see on it as well. I think on the other side of things, it sort of jumps around a little bit. Like, Engine seems to be the most consistent AWPer for the team, but Calyx sometimes picks it up as well. And I even saw Major on train the other day actually AWPing a little bit, so... Thank you, Claude. There we go. Push coming in. Sergey should be waiting. Up close. Got his CZ. Gonna be coming around through to long. Now, this is normally a good strategy for the T side. Take those longer range battles, reduce the amount of damage that can be done with the pistols. Now, a lot of damage can be done through that. Oh, an Engine after spotting Sergey will be able to get the opening pick. He won't have any impact in this round. The T side is still just playing nice and slow. Will you marry me? That's quite a lot of commitment. I appreciate the offer, though. Maybe take me out first. Paz can be sneaking around the smoke, and he catches Alexi as he's about to rotate. Doesn't quite manage the second, though. However, the bomber's already doubled back towards the B site, and as the CT side see a player over towards A, they go, let's risk it. Let's go for a gamble, and unfortunately, that gamble is completely wrong. By the time they get back towards the site, players will already have taken control, and the Molotov being thrown in. Calyx with a simple kill to already pretty much end this round. Ottend has actually retrieved a UMP, so Major Stop to save that, and Zarte has next to nothing to play with. It is going to be 2-0. Nothing that HAVU can do in this situation. And, well, Ottend, I guess, trying to hold on to the UMP. I don't really know why he threw the Molotov, I guess, in case somebody's over towards long, or if he does die, it makes sure that they at least lose $400. Seems a little bit much. T-side just making sure that there's not going to be any sneaky business over towards that bomb. And it's going to be all of their rifles and, of course, that Max 10 that's saved into the next. I don't really know what he was doing. I either assume he thought somebody was close, so he went, okay, let's just throw the Molotov down to stop them getting to me, or it was just, okay, I think I'm going to die, so I'll just get rid of the Molotov. Either that, or he has some next level metagame that I've not heard of. Either way, Major is going to be calling a pause, so some sort of tech issue for this T side, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't know if somebody... Calyx has a little bit of extra ping, but we normally expect that from the Turkish guys. I'm pretty sure Engine and Major don't live in Turkey, if I'm correct. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows a lot better than me. Coach is stuck in the bathroom. Stop. I'm sure somebody knows. I know that Major grew up in France, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken. Or he at least speaks very good French. Germany, yeah, okay. So Germany for engine and France for Major. Yeah, well, that explains why their ping is ridiculously... In fact, I didn't even notice. This is about the same as the Finnish guys. To be honest, Insomnia, I wish I spoke any other language. Obviously, as well as British. Zontaris is from Antarctica. Oh, wow, that's news to me. Can I be your girlfriend? Are you rich? No. No, I ain't saying he a gold digger. But he ain't messing with no broke Nigel. Here we go. CT side, we're back in. It actually didn't take that long. Otten is still going to have that UMP. Molotov already going to be making Otten pretty damn low. His teammate is going to be going down. He can be coming in. Calyx has a lot of players around this corner he's got to be careful of, but lovely eco frags. 2 picked up for him, 1 for engine. Otten very low on HP, and he will be going down as well. Speak Dutch, German, English, and a little French. Well, you are a much smarter person than I am. Oh, no, I was kidding, rats. I know that he's not actually from Antarctica. I was going along with the meme. Turkey and Macedonia. I didn't know the Macedonia bit, though. That's cool. We've got a very diverse Counter-Strike scene, and I love it. I, for one, love it. Here we go, though. We've got the buy now. CT side, AWP in for Otten, who's going to go for the classic, jump myself up, and then spot over towards long. Although it doesn't last very long, because I think they've just heard all of the nades as the push is going to go towards this B site. Paz leading the charge with the MAC-10, looking for that opening kill, but instead Alexi will be there to start. Now, the T-side still have quite a bit of spare money if they are to lose this round, and the running through the smokes is helping out this CT side quite a lot. They've got multiple players here already. In fact, the whole team pretty much surrounding the site. Molotov thrown out by Zontaris to try and buy them at least a little bit more time. However, getting that bomb down is going to be very difficult indeed. Especially with only 2 of them currently remaining, Engine and Zontaris. Now, if anybody could do it, it would be this man right here. The machine. The king. King of drop, at least, on Cobblestone. Unfortunately, we don't have that map in the pool. See if this talented man can do anything in this situation. It's not going to be easy. There's so many crossfires to try and watch out for, and it seems like the CT side are just waiting for a bomb plant. Playing it quite smart. Sergey, he gets a bit bored, and will close the round. 3 kills. He's back in the game, already at the top. And it will now be a first round for HAVU. But as said, plenty of money left for the T's. They built up a decent amount of cash. And they will be able to just buy straight back in. Dutch, German, English, Turkish, Arabic, and a bit of Swedish. You guys are clever. Decent round, though, for the CTs. They keep every single player alive. They haven't built up much cash yet, as a lot of that has been reinvested into utility, which you normally don't have in your first round anyway. Your first round, normally, unless you save quite a bit of money on the pistols, won't have too many smokes or molotovs, so there's not going to be anything saved from the previous round, other than, say, the odd nade that they picked up off their opponent. So, in this situation, the CT side have spent all that extra cash to actually make sure they have all of the utility available. If they can win this one in a similar fashion, then they'll be off to a wonderful start. Do you like Zontaris' style? Of course. He's a monster. It's literally like a machine. Like I don't really understand how he does it, and I know that I could train for 10 years straight just playing this game, and I would still not be as good as him. It's incredible. But then again, I could say the exact same thing about Sergey, and he is 8 years younger. He's 8 years younger than me. Oh, that's depressing. T-side this time, probing a little bit over towards the A site, but once again, it seems like the CTs have a decent read on the situation. 3 players going to be over here. A little bit more aggression coming out from Otten. Looking to try and find that spot. Now, there isn't a counter-AWP in as of yet. I think we're more likely to see it over on the CT side, but here we go. 35 seconds left on the clock as the T's look to push in. They've completely smoked off the site. Alexi, however, is going to be starting. Otten trying to find a bit more through the smoke, and Alexi may be about to be caught with his pants down, smoke in hand. Back to a 2 versus 3. Engine will be able to retrieve the bomb. Flank not yet coming. It's a little bit far behind. Coron is slowly going to make his move. If they deal with him, then they're actually in a pretty decent position because Otten has only got 15 HP. Over towards the truck, it's going to be Calyx just waiting for anybody to try and push up the stairs. And because they've Molotov bank, it leaves the only option. But actually, Zarte's going to win the duel and leave it all on to one-man Engine. And he's got to be very careful because there is one just waiting behind. Caron will be there to close, and it's a second round on the board for HAVU. Bomb plant, however, will make things a little bit more interesting in terms of the amount of money that Space Soldiers have. In fact, I think they're probably going to risk it. Engine's a little bit lower than everybody else, but the rest of the team can buy comfortably. Someone younger than me is already bald. Yep. I was brutally attacked by a lawnmower when I was young. That's not true. It just fell out. To be honest, like, I could let it, like, grow to a little bit, but it would just have the, like, weird receding lines, and I hate it, so I've gone with what Taco went for, and it's just shave it, because it looks bad. No offense, Taco, but you look much better when you're bald. Map 2 is cash. Oh, Zarte straight through the wood. Wonderful start. Goodbye, Engine. Sweet dreams. How old am I? I'm 23. A little bit depressing, isn't it? Calyx going to be probing towards the site, looking for an opening. Sprays into Alexi, but it's going to be a quick trade. Caron not quite fast enough to save his teammate. He is going to be quick enough to at least get the trade. B-side with a man disadvantage once again. Slowly making their way through long. They've got to be careful because Sergey is lurking about. And they're using a lot of utility at the moment over on that CT side to just hold them back, to burn down that clock. Definitely not going to be easy to get into the site already. 3 CT players are going to be rotating around through the bank. They've got to deal with Otten and a little bit of a crossfire in here. Bomb going to be attempted, and the AWP is very quick to deny anything. Sergey now pushes in. The aggressive youngster, and he manages to even up the scoreline. 3-3, the T side out of money. And they are just going to have to go for some pistols in this round. They could still get the odd CZ, maybe a Deagle or two. A Deagle on Zontares wouldn't be a bad thing whatsoever. But it is a decent CT start from HAVU so far, and they're definitely holding their own. Damn it, lucky. Every time. Oh, if we ever get to 1 million, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I do know what I'm going to do, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. Here we go, though. Pistols in. A Deagle on every single player. Calyx is even going to go for a bit of Kevlar as well, and this team's scary with Deagles. Especially Zontares. However, Sergey just going to be padding his stats a little bit. I love how confident he is. Like, to take all of these aggressive peaks and just... I don't know. I don't know how he's this good. I don't understand. Was he, like, bred to be this good? Like, combination of other old CS pros? Or did they, like, train him from birth? Because he's currently 9-4 and he doesn't even look like he's breaking a sweat. Yet to see Zontares really have the impact we want from him. I want this to be the battle. Sergey versus Zontares. Nato and Lurfis. They were combined, and we got Sergey. He trained him from a young age. I'm just basically imagining the plot of Hitman. Or with Sergey instead. We go, though. Sergey with another. Padding his stats a little bit more, and it's going to be the ace. Of course it's going to be the ace. You bring Deagles to a rifle party, and Sergey sends you packing. 4-3. He really got a 5-year veteran coin. How? He's what? So he's been playing since he was, what, like 10 or 11? Or must be at least the early... Jesus. That's impressive. Very good start for him as well. Going to be building his confidence. But now we have a buyback up for Space Soldiers. Plenty of utility to play with. Tara's looking for the opening. Molotovs will be there to deny him for now. Zarte, is he going to go for the jumping nade? He is going to go for the jumping nade. It doesn't do much damage. Calyx only losing 3 HP. But he will get the opening. There we go. Is the beast awake? Well, maybe a little bit too awake. He's going to do a bit of damage onto engine, but not anything too crazy. Rotation coming through now as Otten has gone all the way through the back. He knows that this is going to be a B hit now, unless they start to rotate back around through the connector. So we will now get Sergey moving over towards that B site. However, the bomb, a little bit skeptical by the looks of things. Actually going to start looking back towards spawn. Otten actually just going to be holding. This is actually quite smart. He's not going to go pushing all the way around just yet until they actually look to execute. Zarte will at least be able to turn things back into a 4 versus 4. And the T seem to have actually hit a bit of a brick wall. Maybe not quite going fast enough into the site. Because now, well, just going to see a little bit of waiting. Alexei trying to spray back through the walls. They've already taken an awful lot of damage. 40 seconds left on the clock, and they're yet to really move. Now, they could realistically go back through the connector, but then they have to open the door, and that will give a little bit of a clue back to the CT side. And they can't really rotate round the back because there's already a man waiting. Nice work from Zarte. Sprays down another 2 as they look to push into the site. And there's still another man close. It's going to be Sergey. Waits for the flashbang. Otten finds the other. And it will be 5-3. They lose the first man. But from then onwards, it is going to be HAVU turning the tide. And the T side look like they have hit a little bit of a brick wall in this defense, which, to be honest, looks very structured. The rotations have been great. They've been gambling effectively. They've been taking map control, not being caught. Now, one thing that could stop this, maybe a lurker. Now, I don't always like a lurker in a team. We see it a lot on Envy, and sometimes I sat in a situation going, why have you done this? But if people are pushing that aggressively on the map, I think maybe just playing a little bit more of a default could work. Here we go, though. Otten looking for the opening. He misses the jump slightly, and, well, he's not going to be able to get that opening pick. Not really worth the risk otherwise. B-side. Back to pistols once again. A little bit of utility onto Major. They're going to have the max loss bonus in the next round anyway. Oh, nice shot from Paz, though. Sergey is finally going to be punished, and that's actually an AK-47, and now he can take down Otten as well. Finally, we see the Space Soldiers burst into life. Alexei very low on HP, looks to fade away, but can't quite do it. And there's only going to be 2 players left. However, if we can win that duel... If he can win that duel over on the other side of the map, there's actually a chance to give them an advantage now. The bomb's still looking to try and push into A. Alex will be rotating around to join his teammate. They've still got to get rid of Zarte, who's actually had a very strong start as well. And they make this round work. There's only 1 man to deal with. They should be able to get the bomb down. There's actually an AWP. Calyx now has an AWP. That is dangerous in itself. They both got Kevlar. Molotov going to be thrown out onto the site. Will do quite a lot of damage onto Major, but really, it's this man that we want to be watching. Can Calyx make this work? He's got that AWP. Now, Major can just be a little bit more of a bait for him. Try and set this AWP up to actually get the defuse. Now, or stop the defuse. Smoke going to be going onto the bomb. Alex, not going to be able to hit the shot, and they may start to panic a little bit, but the peak comes out already. 1 goes in, the trade will be there. And there's only going to be Major to try and stop them through the smoke. He does manage to hit the first shot, but the Ninja's just going to be coming in, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. A close round from the Space Soldiers, but Caron with the balls of steel goes straight into the smoke, and will be there to defuse it. Very close indeed, but HAVU keep their streak going. 6 rounds in a row. And as somebody else has just said, 4 versus 2. T-side, though, they get a bomb plant. That gives them quite a bit of extra money. This is after their buy, of course. They already have a few thousand on every single player, so it gives them a bit more of a buffer. Aggression out from Alexi, already doing a lot of damage. Actually takes down Paz. Antares manages to dodge just enough bullets. He's going to be left on 5 HP, and it is a switch up in aggression. They smoke off the connector as well, so nobody can even flank him from behind. This is very smart stuff coming out from HAVU. Spotted out already through the walls. RT going to be able to do even more damage. 2 players sub 10 HP. Maybe just the map of HAVU at the moment. They are looking incredible. Alex looking to try and push into the side. Has support from Engine. They will get the entry, and actually 2 players get entries. Engine with another one. They've somehow turned this back around, just like in the last round we saw HAVU manage to do it. Can they do it again? 4 versus 2. Already 3 versus 2, as Alexi will pick up 1. Just remember, Zontares is very low on HP. Alexi trying his best to find something through the smoke, but now he's all that remains, and I don't think he's noticed the player behind. Major being sneaky as ever. And somehow Space Soldiers, they managed to steal that round away. 6-4. T-side. Their loss bonus will be gone now. But they have actually built up a little bit of extra cash. I don't think there'll be a reset, no matter really what happens here. Major should have enough in the next round that he could actually drop an extra AK. Go throw out the Molotov early, which will stop a lot of aggression towards that connector. And that nade, he loves throwing that, doesn't he, Zati? Just jumping over the top and doing a little bit of damage to start. Now, this round is going to be a bit of a bait and switch. Otten, with Sergey just waiting in the corner, sort of being a little bit hidden. Calyx will be able to open things up, though, towards the B site. Harong going to be going down. Already, there goes the push in. Doesn't know the player behind, so it will just be a trade, but Zontares quick to keep the man advantage going. The one problem of that position is really you need somebody in middle. And they didn't have anybody in middle to actually stop the push coming in. Alexi, though, will at least turn it back into a 2 versus 3. Once again, looking to try and... Well, this is 3 rounds in a row. It's been a 4v2 now for Space Soldiers. Obviously, the last one they had weapons, and this one they have weapons as well. So it's a little bit of a different situation. CT side money has been burnt out by the last couple. Very costly rounds. Can Zate do anything here? Looking like they're just going to try and fade back out of the round. Alexi spotting the push, and there goes Paz to pretty much end it in his tracks. Leaves just Alexi left. And he can't even make things costly. Zontares seems to have awoken as he hits onto his 4th kill. And it will now be 6-5 with no money in the bank for the CT side. Thoughts on League of Legends for now? I have absolutely no idea about League of Legends, so I don't know. They beat, did they beat Immortals? I saw some tweets. How to get a skin from watching. I think you just have to watch on the Stream Bonus website, if it's being streamed on there. It should be. I think the drops may just not be coming up in the chat. I don't think the chat is set up properly for this one, but you will still just get the drops by watching. Tactical pause called by the CT side. Just going to take a moment to try and sort out any of their problems. The last few rounds have been fairly aggressive pushes. The entry picks coming in. I don't know what that means, Kandan, so I'm not going to try and repeat it. What do you think of HAVU? I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of both these teams. Zontares, though, there we go. Entry frag from him. It is only pistols, but this could be a confidence builder. Get him firing on all cylinders, and that's when this team is at its most scary. Him and Calyx, the deadly duo, that's what I want to see. Okay, he's still going to get one. I think with HAVU, just from like a team that's sort of come out of nowhere, they built quite a bit very quickly and sort of shown people that we're actually a pretty good team. I'm really disappointed that they're not going to be at the ROG LAN tomorrow, or like over the next few days, because I was actually really excited to see them. What's your rank? Supreme. But that really doesn't mean very much. I found that when with like facing, I just get destroyed. Countdown, I'm not going to repeat. I don't know what it means. It would be dangerous. It would be risky. It would be immature. Well, not immature. Silly. Botcaster, I agree. There we go, though. Oh. He's being told what to do with the pistol. Stand here. CT side. A little bit more heavy over towards the B side. They've actually got Karom right in the corner at the moment. Calyx has been sort of walking around trying to find those entries. Hasn't managed to as of yet. Although in the last round his push onto short was very successful indeed. Push can be coming in. Calyx again. Onto short. He's looking for that opening. Won't quite find it as of yet. There's going to be 3 players now homed in on his position. A little bit of a boost coming out from Otten. Trying to see over the top. Doesn't currently have his AWP, so a little bit more of a dwindled position at the moment. Definitely not his weapon of choice, but we'll see if he can do anything with it. Rotation looking like tempted to go back towards the B site, although the bomb still remains up towards that banana spot. And actually, after the nades have been thrown in, it's looking like they're all gambling. This time, maybe the first time, we've actually seen a proper misread coming out from this CT side. It's going to leave just one man, Sergey. Well, one man indeed. But maybe this fake is going to work out. Push comes in. Zarte will be able to end too, but now the real push over towards the side. Bomb going to be going down. Nothing they can do to stop it, but Sergey at least takes one. Turns it into, well, a 3v1 as Otten gets another engine now in the clutch. 1v3. Bomb in his favor. There is a man coming round on the long flank. Don't actually have a kit at the moment over on that CT side. And engine does manage a first. Spots out Zarte. He's got to be careful because there is a man on the flank. And he's not quite going to avoid it. A second or two and he may have got around that smoke. Instead, well, Zarte's picked up a kit along the way, and it will be HAVU now to get their 7th, taking back the lead. However, the T side have built up a ludicrous amount of money. 13,600 on Zantares, 10,000 on engine as well. They're going to have enough money to buy, not only for this round, but until the very end of the half. Astralis versus C9. I would say Astralis. EU every day of the week. Mainly because I can't really support UK. Once again, similar setup for the CT side. A little bit more aggression coming out from Sergey this time. Still don't have an AWP. Of course, there wasn't really one to pick up on the other side. And once again, Zontares kicking things off. Second kill for him, pushing onto short. Dismantling this B site individually. Only one man left to defend it. Actually has support. And the T-side don't have to push in here. They've still got a minute left on the clock. They could just wait, play things a little bit slower. Tara is actually being able to see over the smoke. Could be deadly. Major is just going to be spraying through the wood. Bait them into position. Here we go, though. Cheeky little boost. Major is going to be going for the spot. He actually gets taken down, and now somehow the CT side have got themselves a man advantage. Another smoke goes down. These smokes have just been the bane of Space Soldiers' life. HAVU's utility usage has been very impressive so far. Can Engine and Major do anything about it? They will be able to find one. Otten looking for the trade, does damage, finds the second player as well. And Engine, well, he'll get a bomb plant. He'll make them a little bit of extra money. But the fact is, it's still going to be a HAVU round. Brilliant utility usage from the Finnish side. And they are at least going to win themselves the half. Once again, though, it is. It's Space Soldiers in a dominating position. Zontares gets them the first opening. How's business? It's good. I'm happy. How are you? I think I saw Angry Turtle say hello as well. So hello back. As said, T-side, they do have enough money. Zontares could even drop another rifle if necessary. I think he's already dropped 2. Could be the next golden. Calyx. Trying to find something early. Won't be able to spot anything as of yet. And Zontares is going to be running around the corner again. This guy has definitely woken up in the last few rounds. He was pretty quiet at the beginning, but that's now 2 entry kills in the last and already finding the first pick in this one. Engine will do the same on the other side. And as Calyx peeks in, still playing that lurk role, he will be caught. Back to a 4 versus 3. Now the bomb's all the way down in spawn at the moment, so if anything, the bomb may end up flanking the other players. It's going to be quite confusing. Zarte back to a 3v3. I think this is quite a big mistake from Space Soldiers, leaving it so far back. However, Zontares is still going strong. Eventually, that flank comes in, and now the bomb sort of has an interesting decision. I'd quite like Engine to just go down towards B. Because the B side is completely open at the moment. Paz instead is going to be sneaking round behind Alexi. The timing may actually work out quite nicely for him. Teammate will go down. Paz. Want to make any noise here. Oh, this is going to be absolutely perfect. Sprays down Alexi. Turns it into a 1 versus 1. As said, the bomb ended up flanking the flankers of HAVU. And now it will be Karon versus Paz. Karon actually has himself some dual Berettas, you know, just as his secondary. I don't feel like those are going to play any part in this round. He actually makes a step. I don't know, maybe Paz did hear it. He has just turned around. I think he has. Goes straight onto Karon's position, holding the angle, and finishes with a nice little 1-tap. 8-7. A pretty even half so far with streaks from either team. But now it goes on to that CT side, the favoured side for Space Soldiers, and we'll see if they can close out this first map. Of course, this is the first map and the choice, I believe, of HAVU. I'd be very surprised if it was the other way around. Yeah, Space Soldiers chose Cash. No surprise there. I love those last round 1-taps because you know he probably didn't 1-tap it. It's just that the first bullet hit the head, so it looks like a 1-tap. I like those. They always look pretty. Because you can do them sometimes, just like the round ends. You're like, no, I actually only clicked the mouse once when really you were ready to spray. Here we go, though. Pistol going to play a big part. Whoever wins it will be taking themselves the lead, or likely to at least, if they can win the follow-up rounds. Mario, you're on the LAN. I've partly packed, because I was out this morning, so I kind of had to. But I said this morning. I left my house at, like, 11, but still. That's morning for me. CT side have invested a lot into utility. I do have to say, the one thing I really like about this HAVU team is they normally do utilize all their nades properly. The aggression out from Paz, though, is going to be caught. Calyx will be able to turn one back. Still trying to re-aggress, and here comes that HE to just dunk him down even lower. Alexi keeps the man advantage with the T side. And as you can see, they're just going to slow right down. Take their time. Play it nice and calm. Before noon equals morning. Okay, good. Anytime before noon. I woke up at 11:59. Good morning, world. Zarte is just going to be waiting patiently for any rotations, any aggression, but the aggression only seems to be coming out on long at the moment. Major making his way past the corpses of his dead teammates. And the B side at the moment, other than the man above in heaven, and I'm not talking about Paz and Calyx, I mean this position here, or Sniper's Nest as it's called on the map. Going to be waiting. Have rotated Zontares into position. Mr. P2000. Or P2000 head machine, as he has called it. You will hear the door go. There's only 30 seconds left. And they're going to make their way over towards that B-side. Perfect flank from Major. Already takes down 2. And Zontares is now waiting in the backline through the smoke, doing so much damage. They haven't managed to get that bomb down. It's going to be dropped over towards Monster. And that flank was so valuable for Major. He's just staying alive, wasting their time. Gets a 3rd kill in this round. And leaves only Sergey left. 1 versus 3. Bomb goes down and there's no hope for this man. Zontares will pick up 1, but it is Major who's the MVP of that round. 8-8. Space Soldiers will even things up. And what a magnificent flank that was. Here we go, though. T-side, they do get the bomb down. They're not going to invest anything. That's quite interesting. Normally you at least see a pistol or two or maybe a nade or something, but they've gone with nothing. They're saving every single penny to go into the next round. Just going to run in with the Glocks, rock out with their Glocks out and see how much damage they can do. And they do actually take down Sontares. That's a rifle. Now, obviously, there's 3 players with SMGs. But Otten, if he can just, even if he just ran away with this, they've managed to get a second kill. They've invested nothing in this round. This should not be happening. However, Major looking to restore some normality and maybe some money to be made for Calyx as well. They're on with already 2 kills to his name. And he won't be getting a third. 9 to 8 Space Soldiers. They will have themselves the lead. But here comes the big buy. As said, they saved a lot of money to make sure they had utility here. They will be going into it with smokes, flashes, a Molotov or 2. Here we go, though. Still 2 UMPs and AWP onto Calyx as well. As said, he has been picking up a bit more. Looking like he's just going to go for the aggressive peek over towards Monster. There's no AWP on the other side. It may not be expected as of yet. Zarte. Oh, Calyx is going to get ruined. The AWP is no match for the one tap. And now we're going to see the T side making their way down long. Sergey already picking up a second. This is looking bleak for the CT side. They haven't had the chance to make themselves too much money yet. Which can be coming in. Has to be a little bit careful. There's a man just around the corner. They're almost going to cross paths. Lovers on the side of another wall. And, well, never mind. Otten will actually come in and kill him from behind instead. Only 2 players remaining. Looking like Major and Paz are opting to try and save, but Mr. Sneaky Beaky Zarte will be waiting around, and Karam from above will already close down one. Leave it just onto Paz, and he will fall to the nade of Sergey. 9 to 9. Even Stevens. And it is now going to be the CT side with no money to buy back up with. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. Obviously, not having too much cash, and the loss bonus would have only been 1,900 more into the next round. Likelihood is they'd have to go for a double eco anyway, or this round and then an eco, so they are just going to take the hit, try and do what they can here. See if they can steal a round away with some pistols. Now, the CZ has proven many a time to be deadly as ever. And with all these players with armor under their belt, I suppose under their chest, they are going to have the chance to steal away a rifle and do a nice amount of damage, so we'll see what can be done. Already, Zontares is going to be going down. Just the patience from Sergey, waiting. Catch anybody out. In the meantime, they are going back towards long. Knowing that there's pistols, this is normally the safest bet. Okay, there's a couple of closer range angles, but normally the rifles are going to have a big advantage here. Rotation going to be coming in from behind. They've got to be careful because Engine is about. Bazarte will decapitate him within seconds and leave just the remaining players over to the site to try and defend this. One of them will be Paz, who does manage a single kill, but that will be all for now. And Calyx just praying for a gap to appear in this smoke, but it isn't going to happen. Remaining 2 players. Maybe worth keeping a little bit into the next round instead. So I want to go see the new Star Wars. Sure. The source has gone dark. Let go, Tom. Show them. What is this? Hey! What do you mean, Star Wars laugh face? I can't even remember what that emote's called. Wow, I am a Twitch noob. Terrorists win. There we go, though. 4 players surviving for the T side. CTs can't really afford to invest much more into this, so they are just going to play with what they kept from the previous round, try and do a little bit of damage. And come back into the next one. Looking like it is going to be 11-9 in favor of HAVU. Over on that T side. Who's got it? Well, by the looks of things at the moment, we haven't seen too much from Space Soldiers on their CT side. They did win the pistol, but we haven't actually seen them with a full buy, like every single player with rifles and utility. So I think that will be the real deciding factor in this match. But at the moment, HAVU look like, well, as they should, be taking their first map over. They've still got to do it, though, and there is going to be a stack over towards this B site. Already a nice start from the CT side to do quite a bit of damage, and maybe this stack is going to do a bit more than they would want it to. Paz can't quite finish off the both players, but he will get one at least. Major from behind, spraying wild, and he will pick up another. That's a nice bit of additional cash for him. In fact, that could mean he drops an AWP. We'll see if he does, because it didn't have too much impact in the previous round. Calyx tried to go aggressive, and he's straight in with a rifle, so they're not having that at all. However, still, multiple players dropped, at least making things a bit more costly. Here we go, though. CT side, still not quite a full buy. They don't have a kit, and they don't have all of the utility. No incendiaries, which on a map like this, especially in retake scenarios, can be very important. But also, if you just even look at positions like Monster, you're going to want to have a Molotov in there just to try and slow down any of the pushes. They're not going to have. T-side, on the other hand, do have a huge amount of utility to play with, so be looking to try and set up towards the site. This is another chance for them to send Space Soldiers back to pistols. There we go, though. Zate with the entry kill already. Calyx will be going down again. The first man to fall, and Zontares and Paz fall in a matter of seconds. Only one man to defend A and one man to defend B, but the A man is gone, and, well, Major will now just have to save. It's been a dismantlement so far. The aggression of Space Soldiers haven't been working out whatsoever. Bomb is eventually going to be planted. HAVU still have a decent amount of money in their banks, so they could realistically go for the hunt and try and get rid of this gun. They don't even need to, because Zate is always just in a dirty position. It's like this man just knows where they're going. Somebody check his mouse. I'm kidding. Is this the first map? Yes. This is the first map. If just for future reference, one of these is normally filled in when one of the teams is winning. So it's a nice little overlay thing. Although I suppose if they're both clear, it doesn't really tell you too much. 12-9. Once again, only pistols invested for the CT side. They're pretty much letting it go to 13, but they're going for some aggression at least. Nice start from Otten. Looking to pad his stats a little bit. It's been a pretty quiet game for him so far, but then again, they're winning, so that doesn't really matter. The W is all that counts. Might need him a little bit more on train. Hello, No Aim. How are you? Whose map is this? This is the map choice of HAVU. The next map will be Cash, which I think is going to be very tough for HAVU indeed. That is a Space Soldiers home map. It's where they live. Aggression from Major won't be doing anything, but Paz will at least manage one with the CZ. Has a little bit of Kevlar behind it. Calyx will actually manage to take down one more, but that is all she wrote. 13-9. Who picked Cash? Space Soldiers. And then obviously the third map is the one that was left over. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. I feel like that question about teams getting to the major, you want me to say HAVU. And I think if they all stick together and just continue to work, I definitely think there's a chance. I think obviously the big thing, Sergey needs to be old enough to actually be able to go. I think it is pretty pretty much that he can't. I'm not entirely sure. We are going to see the peek into mid, though. Engine is on the AWP. They've switched it up. Love you too, Oxen. Am I the guy who British but doesn't drink tea? Well, I don't know if I'm the guy, but I am a guy who does that. How old is he? 23. Still, nobody dead yet, which is quite peculiar considering how the majority of these rounds have gone. We see quite a lot of aggressive peaks coming in. B side looking like they're about to gather up over towards B. And slowly a rotation seems to be coming in from Paz. By the looks of things, they may have got this gamble right as they do start to rotate players back around. Although the T side definitely aren't dedicated yet. Very quick rotations on overpass, so they could, if anything, just switch back towards the A site if necessary. Oh, Pudding Kip, that's a cute name. There we go, though. Alex. This time they do have Molotovs. Let's see if that makes a difference. The first time we've seen a full amount of utility already, though. The aggressive major, he gets one, but he finds the information. That's the most important thing. Calyx will do the same, but through the smoke, Sergey takes his head off. Turns it into a 2v3 now, as the bomb will be dropped. Only 20 seconds left, and they're starting to run out of time. If they are going to make their move, they've got to do it very quickly indeed, and it seems like the T-side may just have their number on this one. Ottend has got to do something fast. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. They're just going to have to barrel in. He'll at least finish off one. A second player waits below, though, in the form of Zontares, and he's just going to go jumping up above. Bomb goes down, which is actually quite surprising considering the situation, but it is now going to be 13-10. Double AWP setup. Maybe picked up. It depends if Calyx actually wants to play AWP again. However, this is still the chance for the reset. What do I think about people who say HAVU cheats? I think people who say everybody cheats. So, what's your name? My name is Tom Biz. I think you can type !caster. It should work. If you'd like to follow me, you can click the link. If not, we're all good. Here we go, though. CT side on the brink. If their money is reset here, this could be the end. And you have to look. The T's will still be able to buy into the next round, so it's absolutely crucial. They don't save the secondary AWP, so clearly Calyx wasn't wanting to play with that. See you, Sakrami. I see you. Already, though, Ottend will be able to pick up one. Did he shoot Alexi in the back of the head, or was that Major? No, he would have died. Never mind. He can't have shot him in the back of the head. Even with half damage, that would be 400 damage, so never mind. Just look very close. Antares will be going aggressive. Wants to try and turn the tide. It's the battle of the Titans as Sergey waits, and he will win the battle this time. 4 versus 4. Alexi pretty low. Going to be patience from the T side. I love you too, Roach. There we go, though. Nades can be thrown in from the T's. They are just faking this out, though, as they do look to gamble back. But I think they got spotted. Yeah, they have. So CT side are not going to be falling for this whatsoever, as already they'll be rotating back towards the A site. You can see it right now. Calyx a little bit confused as to where he should be going. However, Engine over the top looking to try and hit the shots. They've been completely isolated by the smokes, but Zontares in the corner could do it all. However, he is eventually traded. Calyx looking to push in. If he drops the bomb, the round could be over. Only 7 seconds left. Zarte left completely blind, and Calyx will crush him as well. 4 kills for Calyx. Space Soldiers will continue, but so will HAVU. They have more money. They can purchase once again, but the match will be paused. HAVU, I think they're going to take a tactical pause here. Yep, Zarte calling it. Okay, so there is nothing stopping Sergey going to the major. That's cool. Thank you, Joe, for telling me that. I just saw, because obviously is it ESL tournaments they can't go to, so I assumed it might be the same. Either way, we are going back into things here. Still, the T side have a full buy, and even if they start getting bomb plants here, they should still be able to continue. The problem is, we may see things getting back into it. Major's bought an MP7, so I'm interested to see where he's going to be playing. Yeah, let's go, Risk. Let's go. T side, very passive in this round, playing a bit more of a default, waiting to see if there is any aggression out from the CTs, but actually it's fairly passive from them as well. Just going to sit back towards the side. They've got much more utility than what we saw before. So they can just sit back and wait and then throw those nades very late in the round. That's what they've been doing for the last few. Using the Molotovs to the point where the Ts actually come down to only 10, 20 seconds, and then they don't have the time to actually get themselves into the site and execute properly. Instead, we are going to see just the Ts slowly taking portions of the map. It's great for them, but at the same time, because they have to check all of these angles, because there is so much aggression on the CT side of overpass, it's wasting an awful lot of time. Now, Karon's just going to throw the deep smoke to allow them to walk up if there is an AWP, which there is. It's currently looking over towards short, though. Molotov will be going down. Only 30 seconds. This is what I mean, though. All that utility being expended down to just the last few seconds where they go for this execute. However, there's only a couple of pop flashes left. Zontares goes down. Engine has managed to pick up one. Now the time comes into factor for this T side. However, they quickly decimate the defense. The rotations from behind are spotted by Zarte, who is going to defend off that bomb plant. And now it comes into a 4 versus 2. The MP7 and the rifle of Calyx. Again, their money still isn't very good. They've had a few close rounds in a row. Major. Oh, he's even got a sort of crossfire here. Although he could realistically peek in and take down Otten, who is now going to turn around. This is where the crossfire becomes just impossible. There is no way they kill Otten and Caron and get anywhere near that site. They are just going to be saving what they can. Major may be hoping to try and trade out. If he can get an AWP or an M4 or anything, a rifle, would be much better than what he currently holds. On the other side, though, Calyx is gone. They are actually going to boost over the top. This is almost me. He just jumps over his head. A game of leapfrog for Otten as he takes down Major. 14-11. The money now is going to be in trouble. Paz has enough to buy a rifle. Two players with UMPs and a CZ. Now, they're only going to have a worse buy in the next round if they don't manage to steal this one away or save a load of weaponry somehow. And this is HAVU's chance to take the first map. They have to be taking this map. Cash is not going to be an easy ride at all. We've seen in the past, Space Soldiers been able to take that map on land versus SK. And online, they are just as good. Is this the only game today? No, there's the Hellcase final as well, which will be coming up later as well. I will have to switch to the other Starladder stream, but you can still watch that there with me as well. He can be coming in. Caron looking for the entry, but actually Zontares is going to win it. Push coming back in support from Paz, and they're not going to expect it. He lines up one. The second will not come with it. Now, the CT side don't really need to re-aggressive. They're going to try their best to defend the bomb. Zontares trying to play those closer range angles. He doesn't have a whole lot of support, although there is a man close up trying to watch, peek out, and he will get taken down by Otten. Back into a 3 versus 3. Hot flash will be coming out. Calyx is here with the rifle as well. A long presence can be taken by the T side. Again, we're getting down to that 35-second marker. They are going to make their move. They've got to do it very quickly indeed. Engine may be the first point of contact. They'll have to try and clear him from this spot. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. Are they actually going to go doubling back towards the B side? This is so risky. There's nobody there, however. But if Engine can get in behind and somehow drop that bomb, the round could be over. He's not going to have time. There's nobody here. They've read this absolutely perfectly, but they have to defend from short. Zarte may need to turn around here, because if they push quick enough, they could have denied the bomb. They do drop one. Major's going to fall as well, though. Zarte with a double spray down, and it's all onto Calyx. He has a rifle. He has a kit, but he's already been spotted. Alexi and Zarte to try and save them here. Calyx will spot one. Sprays down the first. Only Alexi left to try and hold on to this round for his team, and Calyx is going to do it. Takes down both, and Space Soldiers are not out of this just yet. The youngster takes them to 12. The 1v2 clutch. And it is going to be 14 to 12. T-side can still buy once again. It is going to be another forced investment from the CT side as only one man survives. Alexi actually going to be down to a Mach 10. Not ideal for sure. Chance for either team to reset their opponent here. If HAVU win this round, the game surely will be theirs. If Space Soldiers win it, could be seeing them even up this scoreline. Alexi could be pushing in though. Zontara is going to make easy work of the Mach 10. CT side with a man advantage. Otten being moving back up the board. It's actually been Alexi. Bottom of the board, 11 kills. Paz in a similar scenario on the other side. It is going to be a push up long. They've used the deep smoke to be able to get here. But Zontares is in the corner. They need to check this, and they haven't done it properly. He will only get one, so it's not too bad a trade, but still, it is going to be a 4 versus 3. An Engine just using that smoke to his advantage gives them a 2-man advantage. Pushing back in will be Otten. He does manage to trade one back, but he's so low on HP, and Blind as well. A flank also looks to come in, and Calyx will be able to take down one. It's only Sergey left. 1v2. One of the players he's up against is low, but they're looking to try and just trade here. Engine runs out, and it will be the trade from Major. A nice little bait and switch from Space Soldiers, and they are going to have themselves another round on the board. 14 to 13. We'll have to wait for Paz to get back in the server. And now the question is, are the T-side going to buy? Pause. Obviously going to be called for the tech. But do they go for it here? I think the answer is probably no. If you're playing this safe, you want to wait until you get your full buy. They'll have 2,400 into the next round, which will be enough to get an AWP. Plenty of nades, which seems to be a big part of this team's purchases. Obviously, in that technical pause, it's likely that HAVU have had a little bit of a time to check, to chat, to see what they can do in this round, and it is just going to be pistols. I have to say it's risky, but at the same time, from HAVU, well, not risky so much. It's more they're letting their opponents get to 14. They're almost letting them get to an even point, which, if anything, is probably the safer bet in terms of buys, but it's risky because you're letting Space Soldiers right back into the game for free. But I like the fact they've done it. They'll go with the extra utility. They'll rely more on their full buy, which is exactly what any team should be doing. There are some teams out there who are incredible with the pistols, so it's understandable why they may be bought force heavy. But if you have faith in your fulls, these sort of rounds are what you will witness every once in a while. Of course, a pretty fitting first map, 14-13, in a series of two teams that, if anything, both deserve to be going to Shanghai at this point. They have been utterly incredible to watch, a pleasure to cast. But who is going to be taking this first map? T-side, they're making their way towards the A site. There is going to be Engine watching with the AWP. Now, in terms of range, the pistols are never going to be anywhere near, and you don't want to give him 2 chances, although he won't actually hit the shot. On, spawning over the top. We'll do a little bit of damage with the P250, but not anything too crazy as of yet. It's looking like he's trying to take their attention away from short, where the majority of his teammates currently gather up And they may just try to barrel onto the site. Like, Otten is going to be pushing, and already Paz will absolutely ruin them. Zontara is going for the aggression as well, padding his stats a little bit. Only going to be Alexi and Karan, although Alexi does actually manage to get 2. But that's how much HP he has left as well. And, well, overkill for Engine. Headshot with the AWP. 14-14. Both teams with a chance to take this map. 3 rounds in a row, and 5 of the last 6 for Space Soldiers. Sergey is currently 33 and 18. Just thought I'd point that out to you guys. He's 33 and 18. This kid is nuts. Can he be enough to drag them over the finish line? Is it going to be ET side closing things down? Lots of noise being made. I'm not really sure. Are they doing this intentionally to try and bait out how many players are actually there? We'll see the nade blow up the door, and then a few shots sprayed through. E-side looking like they are going to rotate back towards this A site. Zontara is waiting in a fairly pushed up position, but won't spot anybody out just yet. What do you do here? Hasn't spotted anyone as of yet. Alexi going to be making his way around the angle, looking for a little bit of a jiggle peek. It does a little bit of damage through the wall, not anything too crazy. 2 HP. More will be done with that nade, which dunks straight onto Caron. What is this engine? That would... Someone needs to check his mouse. That was weird. I'm kidding, by the way. Rest of the team have rotated back towards B. Only going to be 2 players here. Going to be down a lot to what Calyx can do already. Sprays her first. He's got support as well. Looking for more from Calyx. And Major have shut this down. Caron on the back lines will be down and out as well. 15-14. And it is now map point. A long way back. Space Soldiers just moments ago we're down 13-9. They've now brung it back to 15-14. And all that's coming up against them is going to be those UMPs. A lot of utility brought up for HAVU. They probably could have got a rifle or 2 on the board if they really wanted to. But they've decided to go for the SMGs. A CZ as well onto Caron. There we go, though. Couple of nades thrown into middle. Otten taking the hit. Still, again, we're going to see a little bit of aggression. This time it's from Engine, though, with the AWP, so much more deadly. Once again, as well, we are going to see Long being taken by the T side, making their way forward. Covering these portions of the map. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to use them. They could even just double back towards B, like they did in the last round, but if you clear them out, it reduces not only the chance of a flank, but it stops the CT side knowing exactly where you are. That's the biggest thing about it. You don't want the CT side to have that much information. We saw from Otten in the first half, we was able to push all the way up towards the spawn of the Ts. And that was where the CT side became so much more deadly, because they could start over-rotating. The one thing that HAVU have been very good at on this T side is stopping those rotations. But here we go. Smoke setup looks to be coming in over towards that A side. They've got a decent amount of utility. As said, it's the weaponry that's a bit more of a problem. Zontares, an Engine going to be here on site. Zontares peeks out. The Molotov holding back anybody else, although Caron will be there to trade. Still going to be the Engine in the corner, looking to try and rev himself up. Sergey will be trading out. The T's have a man advantage. 25 seconds left on the clock. Is blind. Sergey manages to hit another one, and it will be 15-15. Even with the sketchy buy, Space Soldiers can't take this over the line. Overtime coming. HAVU are not done yet. We are going to be going straight back into this game. No waiting around. 15-15. Neither side able to win this in normal time. Sergey hitting himself 35 kills in 30 rounds. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty good. Definitely strutting his stuff, but can he carry it on? Overtime is a different beast. Money, at least for the first couple of rounds, stops being a factor. And we're actually going to see Major on the AWP. Don't know if that's down to spawn. Looking like he was about to push forward, and he is still. He's going to actually use a smoke to get himself that aggressive peek out towards the B site. Unfortunately, there isn't actually anybody there. They're all spread out over towards A. A little bit of aggression from Zontaras as well. This is not something we've seen so much from Space Soldiers so far. He's heard a lot of footsteps, and that push is actually going to give it away. Sergey loses the duel, though. He goes down. He had the jump on Zontaras there. Push coming back in from Ottend, and, well, he won't take down Zontaras, but Engine will fall instead. Leaving it into a pretty even scenario at the moment. Still, aggression over towards this B site limits the amount of places where the T's can remain. Gonna be majority of them looking to head round towards that banana spot on A. Gonna be holding back at the moment. Impatient, but the aggression from Calyx will now net them a kill. An advantage to this CT side. 35 seconds up and coming on the clock, and not a whole lot of utility left, but Zontaras is still going to take down Ottend, leaving only 2 remaining. The smoke is actually going to miss his mark a little bit, which will give Karan a chance to actually peek through long without having to run through a smoke. Alexi, just patient, catches the aggression of Zontaras. However, his teammate will now fall, and he's left with a bomb and a flanking Calyx to try and deal with. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. It's going to spot out Paz at least, and the Molotov may clear him out, but he's only got 10 seconds. Surely there's no time, and the CT side will get the first round in OT. T-side, at least for this round, we'll be able to buy back in, but next round without a bomb plant will become a little bit more sketchy. Calyx actually starting to catch up now. Maybe he'll be the man to take the lead on the board by the end of overtime, and if he does, well, I'll be expecting that to mean that Space Soldiers have won the map. Yet to see that sort of star performance anywhere else over on the T side. Ottend, if he wakes up, he could definitely be one of the people to make a difference. Doesn't have his ult this round, though. Major, however, does. Give me a very aggressive position indeed. Although, no, sorry, he doesn't. He actually gave it back to Engine. He's still going to win the battle with the rifle once again. Paz, aggressive, finds 2. Can't quite get the 3rd. But he's done enough to give them the man advantage. Calyx continuing the aggression will catch Sergey and leaves Alexi left, the man at the bottom of the board, trying to save them in OT. Takes out the bomb. Engine going to be caught rotating, and that will at least be back. And he's going to go back towards B. Or at least he's going to pretend to. This is quite smart. He'll be sat in the corner looking for the kill onto Major, who's very low on HP. Hiding in the corner. If they are to rotate, he's got a brilliant position, and there's plenty of time for him to actually play with. The question is, are they actually going to rotate? Or just wait until he actually goes for the bomb plant? They're just going to be waiting. Major will go down, and now it is back into a 1 versus 1, but he pushes onto the site, looking, spots out Calyx. Now has all the information available. Could just go back towards the B site. Alexion for the ace at the moment. 1 more kill. This will be his awakening, and he gets Calyx down to just 14 HP. It's not quite enough, and it will be 17-15. An incredible attempt from Alexi. Unfortunately, it isn't quite enough. That was a brilliant try from him in a 1 versus 3. However, now you sort of wonder whether the bomb plant could have actually been worth it. Because their money is not looking very good. Definitely see what he was trying to do, and he does bring it incredibly close, but in hindsight, money could have been better. Either way, we are going to see some aggression from Paz. Quick trade, and that will net them another rifle over on the T side, which is going to help them quite a bit, but Zontara is already going to trade things back with that nade, looking to try and make it 3 for 3. Now, most teams, I don't know what it is, but for some reason this third round, even when you have the better buy, things can go very badly wrong. Bit of a sneak coming through. Sergey gonna be waiting, lining up his smoke. He's got to be careful because there is actually a man sneaking round behind, and he may actually just pinch them into long, especially if they're spotted by Calyx. This could be all the information needed. Rotation not quite there from the B side, so Calyx is going to have a lot of work to do on the side. He spots out one but can't get anything done. It's all going to rely on Zontares. Manages one from behind. Already his teammates have rotated in, and Zarte is now the only one left. Bomb plant doesn't really hold any value in this situation, so CT side are happy to let it go down, and in the end it will be 18 to 15. All 3 rounds picked up by Space Soldiers, and you have to remember that both teams actually managed to win the T side by a single round. Now all they need is one. This is the map pick of HAVU. Sergey currently 35 and 22. I don't think he got a single kill in overtime though, so maybe he has run out of steam a little bit, the youngster. We'll see if he can pick it up on the CT side. They're going to need him. They're definitely going to need him. 3 rounds needed for HAVU just to get back to a second OT. Otherwise, they will be losing their map pick, and Space Soldiers going on to Cash, which is a very scary prospect indeed. Yeah, the winner of this goes to Shanghai. The winner of this best of 3 is booking their tickets, getting their visas, and heading off to China. Whichever team does it, it'd be a big achievement for them. Is Tyloo playing? Yes. The teams so far are Gambit, Team Spirit, who went through the qualifier, then whoever wins this qualifier, and then Flash Gaming and Tyloo. Then I think we've got a North American invite along with another European invite and another CIS invite, I think. And then I think that adds up to 8. Probably. The Shanghai will be right at the beginning of November, so I think they should be fine, but I may be wrong. I'm not the expert on dates. Either way, we are into this one straight up. Already the T's taking a lot of presence over towards that B site. It did seem to be the heavier push for them, and it is Calyx and Zontares who are getting a lot of entries over towards the B site, towards the latter rounds of that first half. Calyx gonna be looking to sneak around. Nice dunk onto him as well. They know that he's going to be playing this position. He was doing it all the way through the first half. Zontares was the man to try and peek a little bit more onto Plat, and it's looking like Zarte playing very safe. He does not want to peek anywhere near that angle at the moment. T-side, I'm going to start looking to probe a little bit more over towards the A site, as they haven't found anything here so early on. Minute left on the clock. Bomb still waits over towards B, so at least for now, unless something drastic changes, it still looks like it's going to be a B hit, and Alexi is actually starting to rotate back towards A. There's 2 players actually starting to make a little bit of noise on that A site. This is all seeming like a bit more of a bait, as they do still have those players dedicated towards B, and Zarte and Karon may have a lot of work to do, because look at the man who's coming in their direction. It's going to be Zontares. He goes down very quickly indeed. Engine manages to trade one back, but he will fall. Now the push comes in, and Major actually catches the rotation. Now Alexi is going to doubt himself, but they've got the bomb on that B side. They need to try and keep that in their hands. Major eventually will go down. Nice spray, and it is only going to be 7 seconds left. It has to be a run towards the site. Calyx realizes he's got no time, and eventually it will be the first round for HAVU. 2 more needed. for them to bring this to another round of overtime. T-side, they are going to be able to buy back into this one. They have enough money that they should be able to buy into the next as well. Alex looking for a little bit of a wall bang early on, and Otten with the AWP is already going to catch Major. Looking for a second and hits the pixel shot onto Engine. Brilliant start for HAVU in this round. And not the way that Space Soldiers are wanting this to go at all. Calyx, Paz, and Zontares. 3 versus 5 in an attempt to try and turn things back. As said, Otten was the man I was looking at to step up. If he could step up, then who knows how this can go. And he's already picked up the first 2 kills in this round. Question is now, what are the T's going to try and do? I think they're looking and hoping that somebody's going to make a mistake. Otten still going strong, even re-peaks and finds Paz. 3 kills for him already. They're going to be waiting around the smoke as well, so if they do try and push a little bit more aggressive, it's likely he'll be caught. Alexi will go down to Zontares, but Otten is still firing on all cylinders. Already 4 kills for him, and the ace for Otten. We wanted a step up, and that is the step up we get. Every single player goes down to that AWP. And now it is the last-ditch attempt for Space Soldiers. Second overtime is looming. The sweat starting to build. And it's going to be a sketchy buy, to say the least, from Space Soldiers. Lots of utility. They got a MAC-10, a UMP, a Galil, and then the 2 AKs. Now, the 2 AKs are currently on Calyx and Zontares. 2 top players at the moment on the board. Calyx actually up to 31. Here we go. A quick push. Looking to just try and finish this on B. Aggression into the site. Already, though, 2 kills coming in for Zarte. Leaving just 3 players remaining. Zontares tries to back into the site. Lovely pot flash. Calyx will be going down. And Zontares is yet to find any sort of trade. 18-18 is looking more than inevitable. Zontares now sits in a 1 versus 5. Doesn't have any head armor. And it is not happening. Otten will peek out. A flawless round for HAVU. And double overtime is coming. Here we go, though. It starts once again. Both teams winning all 3 CT rounds in the previous, but that means absolutely nothing in terms of this new half. Started this series about an hour and a half ago. It's only map number 1. The map choice of HAVU. Whoever does lose this, well, they're going to be kicking themselves, because both teams now with a decent opportunity. Is so common now that they push over towards that short early that they've double naded it. Brilliant from HAVU. As said, this team's utility usage is just excellent. Have to be careful, though, jumping there, because Calyx definitely good enough that he could take your head off within a split second. Here we go, though. Otten again. He's definitely come into his own in the last couple of rounds. Going for those more aggressive peaks. The sneak has come in onto that short position, though. They're actually looking to try and swap over the smoke. Not going to see anything yet, and they've got to be very careful, because Otten's actually starting to go quite aggressive. Sneaking in from behind. The same can be said over towards his B site. Nice shot from Calyx. We'll be able to pick off 1. Over at... Can he deal with Karan? The answer is no. But here we go. Otten, Mr. Sneaky Beaky, all the way around the back. All the information found. Spots out 1 player. May just be sitting back to try and deny the AWP. Eventually takes down Major. A second as well. And leaves only Engine to fight back. Through the smoke he goes. And it will be 19-18. 4 players survive. for this CT side. And all the information, not only that, but the kills also picked up by HAVU. Tactical pause taken by Space Soldiers. 4 rounds in a row now on that T side with buys and not being able to break HAVU whatsoever. Otten now 1 away from hitting the 30 himself. Okay, he does seem to be slowed down a little bit, but still 36 and 22. I think that means he's had 1 kill in OT so far. So it has been different players stepping up for HAVU. Maybe over on T side we can see a little bit more. Spray through the smoke. Not going to do too much damage to the CT side. We're on down to 75, but not anything too crazy. And we do currently have a boost in play. Going to be just spotting with the AWP, and they have gambled quite heavily over towards this B side of the map. Majority of T's are there, so it seems like the gamble is correct. Then peekaboo. Goodbye, engine. They're going to go for it again. Be quite mean if they did. Calyx looking to try and find something, but here we go. Push onto the site. Zontara is looking to lead the charge. Spots the head of Otten. Has to be careful of that AWP. Now, Karon's pretty low on HP already. Out of the corner, Zarte is going to be spotted. 1 HP for him. Eventually, he's traded out. A second, looking as Zontares finds another. Alexi goes down. A third for Zontares as he closes this round individually. Only Sergey left in a 1 versus 4. Now, they did win the first round, so they have the money. He can go for this. It doesn't matter, though. Calyx will be there. 19-19. Space Soldiers, they win a round on the T side. Otten not going to find anything this time. T-side slowing things right down. Playing more of a default. Expecting some aggression. Not going to spot anything as of yet. We'll just have these all gathered up towards that B site, at least for now. Slowly rotating back around as the smoke's going to be thrown in. A couple of pop flashes as well. Still a minute left on the clock, but really it just seems like they're expending a lot of utility and may look to try and just double back around. Calyx at least will be rotating. 50 seconds left on the clock. They haven't really pulled any of the CT players over, though. There's still 2 over towards this A site. Sergey going a little bit more aggressive, but won't spot anything. This is quite risky from Space Soldiers. But there we go. Sergey is going to be spotted. Doesn't expect Calyx to be there, and that will be the opening kill of the round. Still a couple of players waiting over towards that B side of the map, but this could just be an elaborate ruse as they now try to push in. Fake things out already. They're going to be dying to that smoke as Zarte just sprays through and does the damage. However, as said, this is the fake. But the fake needed to do some damage, I feel. Otten holding alone. Can he get this site under lockdown? It seems like he can. Already the first kill goes, and the second will too. 20-19. A round that seems to be a little bit overthought by HAVU, or sorry, by Space Soldiers. And now 2-1. 2 rounds needed for HAVU on the T side. Just remember, last time they managed 0. So who's going to be taking it? That's the question. The magic number we're looking for is 22. One of the teams, if they get to that, they will be taking this series. Here we go, though. Engine going to be picking up that AWP. Pretty costly investment. One that hasn't been too impactful so far. There's not been many rounds, at least, over on the Space Soldier side, where an AWP has actually made a massive difference. Okay, on the other side, Otten now starting to catch up with Sergey. A good thing, too, because he definitely seems like he's fallen asleep a bit. And already, though, there's the impact we're looking for. Engine going aggressive. Will find the first kill of the round. Zontares is going to pick up a second. Now, we did see all 3 rounds in the first go the way of Space Soldiers. If they can do that again, they will be closing this down. Caron will eventually be able to trade, but it's already a 2-man advantage picked up by this CT side, and the aggression going to be pushing further forward. Caron, is he going to check his left-hand side? Yes, he is, and will be able to turn things back. Getting a little bit too close for comfort now, considering the advantage that Space Soldiers have built. Engine. Throwing over a little bit of utility and looking for that plant, but Paz is already going to manage to take him down. It's Zarte versus 3. Not a man that we see on the AWP anymore, although he was the previous. It doesn't matter, however. Engine is going to be there to trade, and 2020, a bit like my vision, is going to be the scoreline. Doesn't seem to be a victor in this match. Maybe we'll just be here forever. And ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You will never leave me. We shall watch HAVU versus Space Soldiers on Overpass forever and ever. You need to get glasses. Is your vision 2020 though? Probably not. Here we go, though. T side once again, over towards B. Go back to B. Don't work out, and spotted is the boost. Alexi will get them the entry. Paz already looking to try and turn things back, as he will be sneaking down the connector. There's nobody there, but it's just going to be a fast push. Calyx left completely blind and will be taken down very early on. There is a man on short they have to worry about. Major manages to, standing in the flames, will eventually go down, and the CT side, after starting so poorly, will get themselves to 21. Map point Space Soldiers. This is it. We're back to this point again. They were at 15-14 when things were evened up. This is it. 3 rifles, a UMP and a DEAG. We saw them do it before. The question is, can they do it again? Already, Engine looking for the aggressive peek, and he finds the opening. Alexi will play no further part in this OT. Eastside will at least be able to retrieve the rifle, which gives an upgrade to Ottend at least. Major going to be set over towards the barrels. It will be the first point of contact. Otten peeks in already. The first kill goes the way of Major. Nade's going to be thrown out to try and deny this push. It's not looking good. Somebody needs to step up, and Major peeks out and gets a second. Sergey and Zarte left. Can Sergey pull out a miracle once again? Gonna be waiting. No, he can't. Major's the one just dragging them, kicking and screaming. 3 kills from the in-game leader. It's left on to 1. And Zontares will end the first map. A comeback from Space Soldiers that led to overtime. And we will be going into their map of Cash with a lead. If you have enjoyed the cast, don't forget, ! Caster. Please. I love you for it. And most importantly, though, make sure you join us after the break where we will conclude this series to find out who is going to China.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.